I guess Lions and mock draft. So let's get started. After factoring in how much they don't pay their picks, they have 45.6 million cap space. So they got a decent amount. There's two ways they can make more. First one, like, is already a cheap quarterback, but you can restructure Goff, save 13 million right there. Yeah, like there's not really many signs they have to do because they did that mid last off season or during the season. There's still a few like they can extend Hutchinson, but they can also wait because he has his 5th year option, but he's gonna be getting paid when they do pay him. Same with Jameson Williams, he's got his 5th year option. So yeah, because late in the season they extend McNeil. But they do have to. If I'm assuming they want to, they do have Anzalone being a free agent. Raymond's not that he won't be a big loss if you let him walk. Um, Darius Smith, but they'll probably let him walk. You got Kirby Joseph. He's going to get a big pay increase once he gets extended. Yeah, because like a lot of their youngs, like next season they'll have more because they had a really good draft class in 2023, but that you can't send any of those guys until next year, so don't worry about that. Potential release here, DJ Reader's potential release. I think really depends on do they re-sign. Where is he on here? Levi Anzariki. Because if they lose him, I think they'll probably keep um Reader just because they want to have to replace both of them. Reader dealt with some injuries, but he's still okay. So yeah, let's see how much damage you can want. So yeah, I'll resign on Anzariki to a 2-year, $9 million deal. Bring him back, and for that, I'll release the with and make to say just we pretty much gain cap space with the trade. So then I'll release DJ Reader, take that to cap because he's getting up there. I feel like they'd rather try to invest that into somebody else in free agency, or draft somebody high. See what happens there. Maybe he goes to the Jets with Aaron Glenn. I doubt it, just because Jets don't need tackle, but it'd be kind of funny. So yeah, let's see how much. So it's only 31. How did the extension look like for him? So let's give him a 2-year deal. 2 year actually. Yeah, I'll give him two new. I'll give him one more year just because he's 31, so he's not exactly young. So this probably gets give him a short term deal. So yeah, sign him. So now he has 2 years left. Get him extended. Been good for them for a few years now. So yeah, you got that extension done. They have 67.5 million after those few moves we did. Like we barely did any moves, and they still already had 67 million. Part of the part of the advantage of having being great drafting, you have guys in rookie contracts for 4 years. Like once those guys start having to get paid, it'll be a little harder, but they don't have to pay them yet. Well, it's not some of them. Some of them they do soon, but not all of them. So yeah, how much would a restructure for him do? Do I consider looks on the free agents? Davenport let walk. Like he brought him in. They brought him in for this year on a 1-year deal. He barely play. He does, and due to injury, like usual, seems like with him, seems like he misses a ton of games every year. But no, it's like a Carlton Davis. They brought him in from the Bucks last year. How old is Davis? He's late. He's not 30 yet, but he's late 20s. So he's 28. I never realized his birthday was a New Year's Eve, huh? So yeah, I'll resign him 2-year deal just because they still did have some young struggles at corner, but they got some young corners. So let's do a 2 year deal, 8.9, about 8.9 cap it for the season. So you bring him back. See some of these guys. How much would Patrick want? Maybe he was a decent bring in from them late in the off season once the Broncos released him. But how much does Skipper want? The Lions seem to really like him. Seems like he's a free agent every offseason. They always bring him back. I wouldn't mind letting him walk, but it seems like they always bring him back. So I'll re-sign Skipper for 1.9. He's okay backup. He's been a decent starter when he needs to. If he does leave, maybe Ben Johnson brings in the Bears for the line depth there. So yeah, how much does Zeitler want? Because he's getting older, but also same with Glass now. So they got some young guys. Mahogany was decent when he had to play when Zeitler was injured. I'm still not very high on him. So I'll bring back Zeitler on a 1 year, $9.2 million deal with 3.6 being his cap hit for this season. So you bring him back. Dan Campbell does have a great alliance. I feel like if he's not too expensive to bring back, I feel like they would like to bring him back. He's not crazy expensive. Badgley gone. You got Bates. You don't need him. So yeah, let's. How about Bridgewater? Well, tell me. Let's see it. How much did Robinson want? He'll tell me, and then Patrick. Yeah, I'll let Robinson walk, and I'll re-sign Patrick in a 1 year, $1.8 million deal. So you got him back. How much did Barnes want? It seemed like let's see here. How much did Kaminsky want? They seem to like him as well. Like he's a guy going in Milan a lot, but it seems like they like to have him, and he's decent depth. Thing is, 2.2.5 million is a little expensive, and I think he missed like all of last year. Let's look at him, or at least most of it. I felt like he dealt with injury. No, he did play all year. No, yeah, he missed all of 2024. So yeah, do you really want to bring him back 2.5 million though when he missed literally all last season? So I'll let him lock it 2.5. If it was a little cheaper, I would probably resign him, but that's a little much. I feel like. How much does Vildor want? How much Dorsey? Tell me either. Of course they won't. I would like to bring back Barnes, but won't tell me, so I'm not going to do that. I try to stay away from it because these guys are not taking the minimum. They're more than that. All right, D. Well, tell me. Well, tell me on any of these guys. All right, yeah, I guess. Well, maybe how cheap is Davenport actually? Um, yeah, I'll then bring back Davenport just because he's a little cheaper than Comiskey. Maybe they want to see if he can stay healthy next year. So I'll bring back Davenport on a 1 year deal. There we go. 1 year, 2.1 million. Bring him back and let Kaminsky walk. All right, now let's look at some of these free agents they could bring in. Let's look at some corners. All right. Yeah, Rankins just got released. How much would he want to bring in? Get rid of Reader. He can replace him with another Bengals D tackle because that's where they brought him from last offseason. Hell, fuck. How much does Young want? Yeah, they'll have to pay Hutchinson soon, so I think they'll rather. I feel like they'll rather try to draft an edge and see if they can figure it out there, just because it's gonna be tough once they have to pay more of their guys to invest that much money in their two edge rushers. I'm not saying he's not Young isn't worth it. It's just they don't. Hutchinson will get a big payday once he comes up. Um, that, yeah, I don't think you're not bringing Okuda there for overall pick bust for him. How much does Douglas want? Good watch. How about Fuller? He has a recent release. They got Hooker's their backup quarterback, so they don't really need a backup. Maybe they want one because obviously they didn't feel high enough on him not to bring in Teddy Bridgewater late in the year. How much does Gilmore want? I feel like Gilmore is retiring, and 5.3 is a little more expensive than I hope. How about Jackson? Seriously, you want to tell me how much he wants? He had a decent year. I'm surprised someone tell me. He's definitely not going to be getting more than 1 million. How about Henderson? Nope, okay. How about Griffin? Of course. How much does Reed want? Yeah, I'll bring in Reed on a 1 year, $5.6 million deal. Can play a little edge, can play some D tackle. So yeah, I'll bring him in on a 1 year, $3.3 million cap hit to help out the D tackle with Reader gone. How much is Herbig on backup guard? Because so they got some young guys. They got Muty. They got Mahogany. They really outside those two though, they did not match the backup guard. So and they don't really have much of backup center. Right now, it seems like even when he is injured, he still tries his best to play, but it still is nice to have decent to get. So I bring in Herbig. He missed all last season due to injury to the Steelers. So I bring him in on 1 year, $1.1 million deal. So they only get that help. Oh, who they got? So Robinson's gone. Raymond still has 1 year left. Doesn't sound like Jameson Williams is getting suspended to his gun stuff. Seems like he gets suspended once a year every year, or he just misses some games due to injury. Seems like I don't think he's played a full season in his NFL career yet. So yeah, how much does Aguilar want? Um, yeah. Yeah, bringing Aguilar seems like the Lions kind of like bringing guys that kind of aren't as good as they used to be lately because they did last year with Robinson and Patrick. So yeah, I'll bring in Nelson Aguilar in a 1 year, $1.9 million deal. Just be a depth for our receiver in case of injuries or if Jameson Williams gets himself suspended again. I'm not saying he will, it just seems like he is suspended every year. Um, I yeah. So yeah, how much does Wentz want? So yeah, maybe they like Hucker, but like if they liked him to be their backup, I don't feel like they wouldn't have brought in Teddy Bridgewater late in the year. So I'll bring in Carson Wentz just to be the backup. Won't be a bigger thing if you end up releasing him. It'd be a pretty cheap release. So I'll bring in Carson Wentz on a 1 year deal. So yeah, how much is Turner want? Yeah, okay, don't tell me about Taylor. Those too expensive. Who are their depth safeties? So yeah, like safeties for them stay pretty much healthy all year for them. It's just with how many injuries our defense had last year. It'd be nice to get to some extra depth. Try to get some extra depth just in case it happen. I don't think as many injuries would happen this year, just because they had a ton. Like it's gonna be pretty hard to have as many. So I feel like they would like to just add some more depth at safety to help make sure Brian Branch doesn't have to can play in the slot more. That's where he's really good. He's good in general, but that's where he's best. So how much does Davis want? Okay, well, tell me on these safeties I'm going to bring in. Safety. No, they don't. They don't need a Javon Holland level safety. They're not like they're looking for a starter. Looking for I'm looking for more of a depth guy for him. But could you imagine the Holland with Branch and why am I blanking on their safeties? Joseph. Like, can you imagine those three? I'm not gonna do it. Like, can you imagine? Okay, of course. Won't tell me any of these safeties. Okay, how much does Boyer want? He's a longtime veteran. Also veteran. Just haven't played for them. How much does Neil want? Maureen, they don't really need that. They don't need a best. Their two safeties are so rookie deals, so they aren't investing a lot of cap hit into safeties, but they don't need him. Joseph will be paid after this. Well, you get paid soon. His sanction will start next season. There you go. Bring in Eric Murray to be depth safety in case more injuries happen on a 1 year, $1.5 million deal. He's pretty cheap. Why not? You still have 47.9 million in cap space, so they still got a ton. Um, I think that's kind of it. So let's go kind of look back at this. Just not seeing how much cap space still left after those sign-ins. That's another fan I want. Tell me. Muhammad, that's too expensive. O'Connor, won't tell me. Um, Probably more than this, but it should be. I think it'll be less than 3 million. But they like. I seen like. I think they really like Reynolds, so I'll bring him back on a 1 year, $1.2 million deal to be a depth running back. He hasn't played a ton, but when he has, he's looked decent. And in those few opportunities, he's been good. He had a good block on one of, I think, a touchdown for Monroe. I think it was this year. Might have been the year before. He's been there for a couple seasons. Yeah, so I brought him back. So yeah, I didn't bring in really any big names. They could try to go for a big splash just because they still have a ton of cap space and try to get that over the hump. But it's also like they don't have a huge ton of injuries, like and needs. Like their biggest need is staying healthy. Like it's really like, and they stay healthy. Like so, like that's part of it. If they want more cap space, they can definitely release Darius Smith. They brought him in mid-season from the Browns. He is literally can save 4 million. We get no dead cap, so that could be released. But they don't need any cap space. They have 47.7 million cap art still. So yeah, they might wait till next year to extend Hudson, or they might want to do it right now, depending because do they want to wait and see him get him to have another great year, or maybe staying healthy and win Defensive Player of the Year. So now let's go to the mock draft portion. They have their first round picks late. They don't have a pick till 28. So let's get this video started. So who is here? All right. So we're 28. How are we looking at edge? A little early for Sawyer. Could go him a little early. Maybe go Harmon, but you brought back one Zariki. You don't really need to go D line in your first pick. So how much is oh, some of these other guys though, they don't need a receiver. So you know what? You brought back Zyler, but he's only a 1 year deal. And even then he's in his mid thirties. Glass now is in his 30s. So I feel like they could use some develop just get a guy for your future guard. So I'll give them Tyler Booker too. I'm in Alabama. Now they got pick at 60 again. So who is here? Oh, Harmon was kind of close to falling. They don't need a tackle. Well, then I guess how old is Decker? Maybe he's 32, but he has 3 years left. Maybe if we were doing a 2026 mock draft, like maybe they could try to get a future tackle, but do they? Yeah, it's only second round pick. It's not like it's the first, but do they really want to wait the 3 years because Sewell's long term extension. So let's look at edge. So we got Million. So yeah, I didn't really bring in much at edge. Sadly, there wasn't a good first round pick at edge left at 28, so I didn't do that. So I'm gonna get help here. I'm gonna give them JT Tuliamau, edge Ohio State. Now you got another Big Ten guy at edge, because Hudson Austin went to Michigan. So now you got 101. That's a comp pick. So who is here? Oh, okay. Who are some of the corners here? Could go Burke. Okay, I was a D line. Could if I wasn't a decent amount higher on Burks than Burke, I would go Burke just because the D line class there's a lot more guys left between them and the next pick. Versus corner class kind of pulls off a little bit after a couple guys. But yeah, I like Burks a lot decent amount more um than Burke. So yeah, I'm gonna get them Jordan Burks, with Oregon. Probably going to win Zariki. You they signed a D tackle again. Sorry. Brian Jared Reed, but he's on a 1 year deal. It's not like it's a first round pick, anyways. So now they're at 133. Of course, decent D lineman still is here. Kind of thought that would happen. Yeah, cornerbacks kind of just disappears. Well, of course, I kind of figured that would happen. I was looking at our receiver, so that they don't have our pick to 198. Dang. Um, Oh, okay. How's linebacker class looking versus the corner class? Um, yeah, I'll give them Noah Williams, corner out of Cal, get them some depth at corner, and hope one of these decent linebackers fall to 198. Come on. All right, there goes Munden. I'm not surprised there. I was not expecting him to somehow fall to 198. There goes Stutzman. All right, come on, Higgins or Simon. All right, side. All right, I guess we're not taking linebacker here. We'll see how it looks at 227. Still a gamble, not taking the previous pick. It didn't work out. That's how it works. How we looking at my receiver? All right, how are we looking? Tackle? Maybe next pick. So I'll get them depth for our receiver. I'll get them Kobe Hudson, right receiver, UCF. 220. Now you got 227 and 230 if you pick later coming up. All right. Linebacker. Maybe go Bookman just because if you don't go him here and he's gone, that the 2 picks in between he gets taken. Linebacker cast kind of just disappears. I feel like they can risk it. So, they don't really need a running back. Rashard Smith could be a fun guy to go with, though. How old is Montgomery? You got a 2 year extension. He's 20. He's only 28 in a couple months. You got Gibbs or 7 months. You know what? It's the 7th round. I'm gonna give them Rashard Smith running back at SMU. All right, he's still here, but who are some of these other guys? Yeah, he's still here. I was considering taking him at 227. I'll take him this time. I don't know to give him Teddy Buchanan, linebacker of Cal, in developmental depth linebacker with Barnes gone. Now he got 246. So who is here? We're looking edge. This is our last pick, by the way. I didn't say that before. D line. Like they feel like they could just why not throw a late 7th round pick at an edge rusher to see maybe if he can hit, just get a good depth guy. So I'll give them Tyler Batty, edge up BYU, getting our guy in the edge group. So that's it for the Lions mock draft. We'll see if it loads for them. I don't know why, but it won't let me see the results pretty fast. There we go. So yeah, they got Tyler Booker at 28, JT Tillemount at 60, Jordan Burch at 1, Noel Williams corner at 133, Kobe Hudson, wide receiver, at 198. Bouchard Smith, running back at 227. Teddy Buchanan, running back at 230. And the last pick was Tyler Batty, edge, at 246. So now I just kind of want to see how the rest of my draft went. It's just kind of fun to see how it went. So yeah, no surprises on these top guys. Um, Hunter Hunter default in their mocks and like the CPU picks. Um, see, Walker kind of felt some. Oh, Bucks don't really need it, but could you imagine Chente and Irving together? That'd be a really good running back duo. Starks to 24, good replacement for Harrison Smith or Cam Bynum if he ends up leaving. So yeah, Junkins went early. Do the Giants really want to run back in the second? They got Tracy, but yeah. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one.